After months of being labeled as an absent father and even a pedophile, rapper Drake is suing over another rapper's 2024 hit song.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Well, you couldn't escape it last year. Kendrick Lamar's massive 2024 hit, Not Like Us, the song's target Canadian megastar Drake, and is now suing his own music label for defamation. Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes joins us now to talk about this. And Drake's lawsuit here accuses Universal Music here of really spreading the false and malicious narrative about him.
Brian, let me say this. I've been waiting for this story all day, and I know my oldest daughter is because she a fan.
Certainly a lot of people, yeah.
The show, for sure. And I tell her all the time that these types of things could happen in the music industry, but lawsuits are going to pop up. I always state there's a litigious society, but it's rare when you see a person attempting to sue his own record label. But so it's kind of a mixed bag in my thought process. Like, how do we get here? Do you already know something that they've already been doing in the past? A lot of these allegations are that it was some pay-for-play type of scheme, that the things that they were doing were not just the normal works of business, but you were going outside of the bounds, that you removed the copyright so that social media guys could go on there and pump up the song so that their followers could jump on it. They've cited a number of things in this complaint that you have to have had some secondhand, or I should say firsthand knowledge.
Usually record labels do.
Right, but he's saying these things that these are allegations that they have not only have led to some type of rap battle, but also that led to physical manifestations that go outside of the music. A shooting at his house, someone attempting to break in his house, digging under the gate by hand to get there. I mean, he's alleging that his record label has not just, promoted this song, but created an atmosphere of hostility, harassment, and concern and danger for him and his family.
It's like the old rap battles of 2 decades, 3 decades ago, when you're talking about it. Universal fired back saying in part, not only are these claims untrue, but the notion that we would seek to harm the reputation of an artist is illogical. Drake's original petition claimed UMG and Spotify helped conspire to falsely boost the song's streaming numbers.
I mean, and that's what I say when you're talking about this conspiracy. His legal team first made sure they wanted to be clear, because he still has a reputation, I guess, in the rap industry, that we're not suing Kendrick Lamar. This has nothing to do with him. This is completely against the record label. But when you start to unpack what they're saying in there, it is targeting the lyrics in his song. And so the record label came back and say, this lawsuit has nothing to do with us, but more to do with you losing a battle and then not being able to come back and attacking another person's writing, specifically Kendrick Lamar. So it's the Spider-Man meme again, that what we're saying is, I'm not blaming Kendrick, I'm blaming the record label. The record label is saying, no, you actually are blaming him, because in your complaint, you quote a number of his lyrics that now have placed you in this situation.
So certainly one thing that does come out of this is more people are going to listen to it and download it after this as well, as it increases going forward. Where does it end, though?
I mean, UMG wins right here 100%. Both of these folks are under the same label, but you got to recognize they're under the same company, parent label, but they're signed to individual labels within that label. And so while Interscope, who Kendrick Lamar is represented by, is happy with all this, because as you mentioned, they will get more plays on Spotify, on social media, everywhere that his song can be played, it will. Folks are talking about it. He's doing the Super Bowl. You can't run away from this song. I think this lawsuit doesn't do anything but help promote it. Where does it end? I don't think this is the one that settles, as I always say. I think if you bring a lawsuit against a major company like this, you want to see it go all the way to the distance.
Ooh, okay. Can't wait to follow this one. All right, Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes, thanks.